In the next video help, we're going to be covering the Navigator for the buyer's order. On the main screen for vehicle buy or sell, you're going to be moving by clicking this button called the buyer's order. So let's do that now. When you go to the Navigator, which is the buyer's order navigator, this is the buyer's order data grid. What is a data grid? Each time you are looking at a particular vehicle that you want to purchase, you create a new record in the data grid, and the data grid can list as many vehicles as you want to survey. As I pointed out in the last lesson on the main screen, you should visit on a Sunday to a car dealer and walk around and gather the information on the vehicles that you're interested specifically in buying. You could go to multiple dealers, and in that way you can go to the name of the dealer. You could look at the vehicle make and year that you're interested in. You take the seller's address. If you have a seller's telephone number, you can get that. In this particular case, it could either be a car dealer or if you're the seller, you might have particular information as far as somebody you want to sell your used vehicle to. So you can do both new purchases and selling your old vehicle or used vehicle. As I pointed out earlier in the information on the main screen, when you're selling your used vehicle, it is probably in many cases a lot better to sell your used vehicle than trade it in on a new car in a dealership. You're going to get a lot more for a vehicle on the open market than you're going to get on trading it into a dealership. But that's your option. You can pick whatever way you want to go. Now on this screen, you can see that it's got the information for two vehicles that you're considering in a sale or a purchase. There's an index number at the end of the screen, which is the information for that particular record, and is not changed on this screen. You cannot edit any of this data in here. As you can see, it allows you to highlight the information, but you cannot edit it. And the reason for that is as you highlight the record and then click Define Record, it's going to take you to that record so you can view it. I'm not going to do that now because I want to point out what these other buttons do. Say, for example, you're at a dealership and you have this application on your iPad and you're walking around and getting information about vehicles you're interested in. As I stated before in the introduction, there are vehicles that have packages, and packages are what you're interested in finding out about, because if you're going to buy a vehicle, the prices are broken down on the Moroni sticker based on the packages that are available for that particular type and year of car. If you're buying a used car, you're going to just find a resale sticker on the vehicle, and you're going to more or less have to, if you're going to buy a used car, go through the vehicle and just take the information and get as much information as you can. And then when you go to the dealership and you want to purchase that vehicle and start doing the transaction, you're going to ask about equipment. The salesperson is going to give you a walk around and explain the vehicle and all the features and functions of that vehicle. You would then want to take and add that to your information data bank. And the important things is when you're actually doing a new car, they have most of the information available to you right on the window sticker. The used vehicle, it's kind of tricky because if they have a sticker on the windshield, the actual car windshield, it's going to be for a used car. It may or may not have the actual selling price that's being offered. You never want to pay that price that they're offering it for. On a used car, you're going to always negotiate that down, so don't even consider that number. It's only a starting point to work down from. Okay, so in the data grid, what you're going to do, and this talks about looking for a vehicle. You might go to one or more dealerships looking for a particular type of a vehicle. You want to add a new record, and when you add a new record, it's going to automatically open to a different screen, and the fields that are shown in here on the next screen are going to actually be colored in a sort of an orange salmon color. Those fields need to be filled in at a minimum so that you will fill the data grid with the appropriate information that is shown here. The rest of the information that is on that particular card of information is going to be covered in a separate video help on that particular screen. So if you want to learn more about using the actual transaction information and negotiation, we'll be looking at that screen shortly. So you add a new record for each new vehicle. If you have a vehicle and you're no longer considering, you highlight the row and then click the delete record. It'll remove it from the data grid, and then you can go ahead and add, or in this case, if this is a set of records that are in here as samples and you want to get rid of both of them, just go ahead and delete both of those records and then add a new record to move on. Okay, this is the data grid, and using the data grid is just as simple as I just explained. If you have any questions, you can always call in for tech support or click on the support button, which is on the main screen at the top right-hand corner of the screen. Clicking on the video help button runs the videos for each different screen. Thank you.